one leg balancing.
Part 2.
As the title implies, this is part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1, go back because you're going to need to be able to balance really, really well on one foot before you try this. The first drill we're going to do is alternate feet balancing. So with a little bit of speed, and I'm just going to transfer all my weight and balance. Back to the middle, transfer all my weight to this foot and balance. So this is going to help you develop the skills for stroke skating. To do that, you need to be able to balance on each foot alternatively. So keeping your free leg near to your tracing leg or your skating leg is going to help you balance. The idea of drill 2 is to elongate how long you're going to be on each foot for, so you can go full flamingo. To do this, you're going to need a lot of speed because, as always, if I give you the bike analogy, balancing is easier if you've got momentum. At the moment when I'm doing this, I'm keeping the weight on my foot very central. So I'm thinking about going towards the ball of my foot, but I'm putting the weight equally across my skate. The next drill, we're going to do edges, but for now, just keep the weight completely flat so you're doing a nice straight line. So I'm going to center my knee right over my toe so I'm nice and flat on my foot. When I'm doing this, I'll make sure that I'm fully balanced on this foot before lifting the leg that's coming up to the side. And that just gives me the confidence that I know I'm really settled here before I lift. So now we are going to intentionally lean to the outside or the inside of the skate. So you can try whichever one feels the most natural. So at first, we're just going to keep our arms nice and straight here. So again, bit of speed. I'm going to balance, and I'm just going to lean my weight towards the inside of my skate to get a little bit of an edge. So now I'm going to lean on the outside of my skate here. So I'm keeping my arms square, but I am actually going to look, and that is going to really help you get the inside or the outside edge. So if I'm going to make a circle, I'm going to lean on the outside and I'm just going to look into my circle, and that's going to pull my edge. So likewise, I want to do an inside edge. I'm going to be here and I'm just going to look. So in a minute, when we try and do a change of edge, that looking is going to really help put the pressure onto your skate. Now, if you're pressing and nothing is happening, I have a video about your trucks and cushions and how they're so important that they are adjusted correctly. So if you're having trouble, you're pushing really hard and you're not getting any edges, have a look at that video. So for our fourth drill, the change of edge, this is where we need to change it up a little bit because we've been doing our balancing with the foot here. But for the change of edge, you actually need this foot in front because this is what's going to help pull your edge and create momentum. So let me show you how we're going to use it. Okay, so keeping the leg in front, we're going to do outside, inside, outside, inside. You see how placing the foot, pulling and pushing each of the edges. There's actually a lot happening when I do this. My right foot is pushing, so when I do my outside edge, I drop my left shoulder and my right hip raises, and then when I do my inside edge, I drop my right shoulder and my right hip drops. And that is helping me get my outside and my inside edge. You see how my right toe is turning out? That is dropping my hip. And then as I turn it forwards, that is lifting my hip. To make this faster, you have to lean on the edges harder and really use that foot. So I actually find the foot starts to go further away from me to pull me onto the edges quicker. Because it's further away from my body, it works as a heavier counterweight. When this gets up to speed, it almost gets a bounce to it, which gives me this momentum. So I'm using that free leg as a pendulum. When you're doing drill 3, make sure you do the outside and inside edge on both feet. And for drill 4, you need to make sure that you're doing the change of edge on both feet as well. I'm Katie, which is Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye.